Sound on. Sound. Haha, this time it worked. So let's see that everything else works as well. No, it doesn't. Okay. So, here we are. We made it again, 4 days. So, what's the big question now? Huh? I thought I put this up front. So, the big question, the answer is 4,200. Very appropriate number. Yeah, that's the amount of people who came to the 23rd Chaos Communication Congress. And this is quite a lot, and a lot more than we had last year. So this means we're probably doing a good thing here, and people are still interested what the CCC has to offer, and I can only thank you for coming and joining every year over and over again. Thanks. So, one of the things that has always driven the CCC but gained more and more importance at the event are projects. I can only emphasize that we need more of this. So, if you are doing something interesting and you want to show, this is the place to do it. Let me just step through some of the projects here that I think they are worth mentioning. Actually, all the projects are worth mentioning, but you know, if you try to enumerate them all, you always forget some. So, for instance, there was the Avid VJ community again joined, as they did 2 years ago, provided the party space and so on. And they're also going to run the party this evening in the Seabase. I'm going to mention this later as well. They did their conference at the same time as well, and they're always very creative and very helpful, so thanks for coming. Probably the busiest play of the whole 23C3 was the lockpicking tables. And I have to mention Kunstsportgruppe Umgehungstechnik, the group that's doing this. They're based in Berlin, but spreading throughout Germany. And they're doing a wonderful job with all their workshops they're offering. Yeah, I think many of you have enjoyed that as well, so thanks for that as well. Apart from the conferences, there are other things going on in the CCC world. Of course, there are regional groups that are doing their own events as well. So throughout the year, we usually have around 10 smaller or not so small events of any kind, conferences, workshops. And this is the good thing. Another part that's probably not as well known of the CCC family is the Wau Holland Foundation, which was founded after Wau Holland's death a couple of years ago. And they're coming up with new projects as well, and you might want to turn their eyes to. One of the first things that are actually visible is the Hacker archive documentation project, and you might have seen when you entered the exhibition of stuff. So this is an ongoing project. Things are being collected. If you have material, old material of the good old times, or probably other interesting or rare stuff that is somehow related to hacker history, be it CCC related or not, you should contact us. Especially Henriette, who used to run the organization at the conference, is now behind this hacker documentation project and already shows and is going to improve. And I hope we are going to have more exhibition-style things at upcoming congresses as well. Yeah. So, yeah, good work. And I can tell you, it's hard work. WOW left us shitloads of paper, yeah, tons of it, and it will take years to get through this. But I think it's worth it. So there are other projects here. You might have seen them: the mechatronics, the Lego stuff. The Wikipedia came again. The Freifunk community with their mesh networks. I especially liked the hands-on electronics area this time in the Art and Beauty Center. That was cool. I think special clap for the drones that were very impressive, and the RFID hacking. And what I particularly liked, and I know these guys are no longer here, but I really have to mention, that's the Monochrome group from Austria. You might have heard her RFID song already. If not, you will find it on the net. That was really nice. So, talking about RFID, you might remember that I have introduced the Sputnik project at the opening talk, and hopefully you have seen the work that has been done. It didn't really run on the first day due to, you know, the usual bunch of problems, but in the end it worked out pretty well. We solved all the Sputniks. So there were 1,000. Actually, there are a few left. You might have a chance to get some, but most of the stuff is gone. And I'm not pretty sure about this number, but I think on average we have seen up to 600 of these Sputniks at the same time. So we have accumulated quite some data, because each of these Sputniks sent out its position for every 3 seconds or so. There's a new website that's dealing with the project, openbeacon.org, where you can find all the hardware documentation and software documentation and a mailing list. And if you want to participate in the development or in other ways interested, you can go to that website and join. And all the anonymous data, or probably better to say pseudonymous data, as you know, it might not be as anonymous. That's what we're about to find out. So we are going to publish all the anonymous tracking data that was collected at 23C3 on the net in the coming days, in one way or the other. And we want you to, you know, start your data mining engines. Let's see what we can actually get out of this, so we don't have to, you know, only discuss in theory. We can make practical analysis on what surveillance actually means. Yeah, the project is going on. As you can expect, there will be the next step at the camp. We will see what's coming out then. Not really in a position to announce anything. So, talking about organization. I mentioned it last year, I'm going to mention it again. This event is pretty complicated to organize, as there are many dynamics and many decisions to be made in the last moment. And what is best is it's mostly volunteer driven. That means we depend on your help in any way. This has been, well done just by being friendly and being collaborative and being communicative and everything, but a special thank you always goes first to the Chaos Angel crews. Oh yeah, there's so much work to cover, and they did it once again. This year it was especially surprising how easy everything went. I don't know the detail. I just heard that the Ministry of Information did particularly well this year, so special congratulations to them. I also want to name the Archangels, the crew that is dealing with the angels and is basically the interface to all the volunteers for the internal organization. Flip Klaus, Honk Hase, Sunny Fox for the third team, and Tabasco INMC. They are long, they have been here forever and they're doing a big job every year, and without them, nothing would work. Absolutely. And then there's the really, really hard stuff. And some of you might know I have been involved in this for quite some time. But this year it was done by somebody else. I have to directly mention Julia and Florian, who did the core organization of the event over the years. And this is a special hand. Where are you? They're hiding. They're too shy, they're hiding all the time. But you will get to know them. So, and last but not least, we have to, again, talk about the Berliner Congress Center, the BCC, which is always helpful and is really very forthcoming in the way they're dealing with this event, in financial ways and other ways as well. This is probably the only event that's making use of around 120% of the available space. And if I say 120% space, I mean it, because there are areas that are usually not rented at all. Because, it's sort of an internal area just for organization. But they're sort of going out of their own building as far as they can. And the best thing is they trust us. They trust us that we can deal with the situation. And so far it worked out well. And I hope it's going to stay this way. I should make clear also that there are two other companies who are associated with them. We have been with the BCC a long time now, even back in the days of Haus am Kölnischen Park. And so when Haus am Kölnischen Park turned to Berliner Congress Center, it's still more or less the same team that's dealing with us. But Ambion, the company who's doing the technology here, that's making sure that this microphone is working, and Progas, who is having this special 24-hour food service running, they are also new, and they have to, well, took their time to get acquainted with each other, but this is also a very friendly relationship now, and I'm very happy about this as well. So thanks to them as well. So, the lectures. Yeah, first of all, I forgot to put this on the slide, but I thought about it, I'm not really sure if I ever did this, but I think it's about time. We should give a big thank you to all the speakers who have been providing content for this event. As you might know, this event is different in many ways when it comes to dealing with speakers, because we sort of we can't really pay for a lot of expenses, and there's not much money to pass around. But the culture of providing the content for free, I think, is probably one of the most important parts of the Chaos Communication Congress at all. But it's also very important to record that stuff so it doesn't get lost. So the team has been pretty successful this year. They learned a lot of the lessons taken last year. It took some time to get all the stuff out due to a load of details that I'm not going to bore you with. But this time, everything has already been digitally recorded. It would have been already totally encoded if there hasn't been yet another, small detail. But I'm pretty sure this is going to work well. Also, the streaming worked